And if you have practiced it, you can see the bass drum was here. So this is day 18, and we are going to continue with our 8th notes. Today we are going to learn a new beat, and it's just, if you watch the last video and you have practiced it well, there's only going to be a slight change here. As your snare and the closed hi-hat, everything is the same. We are just making a change with our bass drum. So if you watch the last video and if you have practiced it, you can see the bass drum was here, right? That third note or beat 5, 1 2 3 4 5, or our third note, right? The bass drum was here. So in this exercise we are going to move that bass drum from the third note to that and note. That's it. That's the change from here to here. So we are going to play on the and note after 3. Everything else is the same as last time, right? So bar 1, bar 2 same, bar 3 same, bar 4 same, except I don't know if you can see, because I did it this way. You can see I put a little circle above our plus sign. That plus indicates as and, right? For and, which means this note here, instead of playing closed hi-hat, we are going to open hi-hat. We play the open hi-hat here. So if I circle this X, that also indicates that this is an open hi-hat note. So I prefer the other way, but I just wanted to show you. It's actually, in fact, it's very hard to see on the stave if you put it like this. That's why if you just circle the X, it's much better to see. And we, of course, you have the colon sign here. We are going to repeat it one more time, which means we go back to bar 1, and play the entire exercise one more time. So now you can see one of the, there are many benefits of knowing how to read and write the drum notes. So when you know how to do that, you can just alter one beat here and move to here. It becomes a totally new beat. So that's a benefit of knowing how to make these drum notes, how to read and write them. So again, this is also one of the most famous beats. Millions of songs have been made, millions of songs being played. Just like our last video, this beat is, again, I would say, just like the last beat. I would want to say that it has been played millions of times. It has been used in millions of songs. So get excited. I'm going to demonstrate this at 100 BPM, but at this time, I don't have to tell you, but you should start at, yes, 60 BPM. Yes, that's right. So start at 60 and build your speed up from there. It's very imperative that you start at 60. So let's start. I have set the tempo at 100, but before I start, let me just quickly show you how you should practice this. So bass drum on 1, then on and note after 2, and then and note after 3. 2-4 on the snare. All 8 beats are on the closed hi-hat except on bar 4, that and note after 4, we are going to play the open hi-hat. We're going to play the open hi-hat. So should practice like 1 9 2 3 4 and 1 9 2 3 4 and 1 9 2 3 4 and 1 9 2 3 and 4 and that fourth bar after 4, that and note, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and right. 1 2 ready, start. 1 and 2 3 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 Right, so that's our beat. Again, one of the famous beats, just like last beat we played. Both of these are very famous beats, vintage beats, old beats, used in old songs. I mean, they are used in today's songs as well, but uh, if you listen in the 80s and the 90s songs, these were very common beats. So get excited, learn this, practice this slowly, start at 60 and build your speed up. Speed will come, don't worry about playing fast yet, that will come naturally, but ensure you start slow. uh, One thing I can tell you is when you practice fast, let's say you don't practice slow, you are more urged to play in a faster tempo. You can do that, but what happens is later on, when you play in a band or in an event, let's say, and you know a lot of drummers, uh, in any band, not all the songs are going to be fast tempo songs, right? They're going to be mixed of fast and slow tempo songs. So let's say you play a fast tempo song and the next one is a really slow tempo song, let's say like 65 to 70 BPM song, right? So that's when we usually struggle, because you will know about this much later when you start playing a lot more beats and with a lot more confidence. But right now you may not understand what I'm saying, but I'm just going to tell you anyways. At that time you're going to have a much harder time transitioning from a faster tempo song to a much slower tempo song, because playing along a slower tempo song you have to be very precise. Every single note has to be like right on, right, like accurate. So if you don't practice from at 60 BPM, that's going to be a struggle. I'm just going to tell you right now, but playing fast is not going to be an issue. You will get there, don't worry about it. But you should, it's just all. I'll give you another example, like riding a bicycle, right? When you first learn it, it's going to be a struggle, but after a while it's going to be like a piece of cake for you. You'll ride fast and all that. But if someone asks you to ride really slow without losing the balance, that's what I'm talking about here. So that's why I'm stressing to practice really slow and build your speed up. So that's it for this session. If you gain any knowledge from today's session, please subscribe, watch more videos, come back and watch more videos if you like to continue learning. Perhaps in the next session I'm going to show you one of the roles you can play along with this 4/4 beats. I'm going to use one of these beats that we have been playing. Then I'm going to show you one of the roles you can play along or play at the end. So stay tuned for that. Thank you.